Well, here we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to our Meet the Courage to Heal speakers. I am your conference host, Jennifer Bell, and I'm so excited for you all to get a glimpse of each one of our speakers, just to say hi, who they are, and what we're going to be sharing on April 27th. That is a Saturday, 9 a.m. to noon Central Standard Time. It is a workshop format, but I'm telling you, these women's stories are what's going to move you. And what, of course, we're inviting the Holy Spirit to have his way. But I'm so excited for you all to get to meet my friend, Arika Davenport. She's a powerhouse all by herself. Before I get to introducing her, I just want to remind you how this conference came to be. God whispered to me in 2019, and we were in a coaching program. He said, create a space and a place for women to be seen, to be heard, and encouraged to heal. Encouraged to heal from what? Encouraged to heal from whatever is holding her back from being her authentic self, from pursuing her purpose, from doing the very things that God has designed her fingerprints to do. And for me, I was hiding behind the ashes of my beauty for 38 years. You're going to hear more about my story at the conference, but I am so excited to know that God has purpose for my story as I bring other women to come and share their stories. Because y'all, we've all been through some stuff. And if you haven't, as my mama would say, keep on living, keep on living. But every speaker is going to be sharing their story of triumph and inspiring hope to the women who, one, hide behind their beauties for ashes, maybe have a hard time forgiving herself or someone who has hurt her, maybe who needs help in knowing how to heal, having that courage, need that safe community. That's something that I needed way back then. And so here we are coming up to our spring conference, and I want you guys to meet one of our amazing speakers, Arika Davenport, and I'm going to let her introduce herself, and we're going to talk about this breakthrough to break forth. Hey, Arika.
Hey, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for just trusting me, with your audience and with this conference. I'm so honored and I'm so excited. So I guess I'll just start with introducing who I am. I'm Arika Davenport, and I am owner and founder of She Pursues Purpose. And really, this business started off for me as a woman who was just looking to find her purpose, right? Like I knew that God had called me to do more and be more than my 9 to 5. And I just found myself in pursuit of my purpose. And, through that journey of getting closer to God, realizing my identity in God, being able to identify my gifts, I realized that there were other women who also were in pursuit of their purpose. And so as a purpose coach, I help women who want to use their gifts and skills and experiences and their testimonies to coach other women and eventually quit their 9 to 5. Some of us are called to full-time entrepreneurship. And even those who are not, I really want to help women to use their gifts and skills and their story to coach, because, this is a thing where it's needed. Our stories, our testimonies are needed. And so this is where I help women to pick the pieces out of their purpose puzzle to share with the world. And I also have a prayer line ministry. This was a part of the business that was not a part of my business plan. This was something that the Lord told me to do, and we'll be doing this prayer line ministry for 3 years this year. And so again, just being obedient, having the courage to show up, when it's like, Lord, what are we doing? And so
Right.
That's a little bit about me.
I love that, Arika, because so oftentimes we as women of faith, and whether you have a 9 to 5 or you're on an entrepreneur journey, things happen, right? And we understand the importance of prayer, praise, all of that. But when it gets down to it, you and I were talking just earlier, life and lifing, okay? But how do you find that courage? And I love that word courage, because God tells us to be courageous and of good courage, because he has helped us to come through and overcome. I'm paraphrasing, but the point is we're not on this journey alone. And so when I hear stories like yours, and I've heard bits and pieces, that's why I'm so excited that you're going to be sharing your story with us, because it's the stories that we oftentimes, as women of faith, hide behind. Because let me just talk about me, right? I'm good.
Yep.
I'm prayed about it. I show up.
Mhm.
I do what I'm supposed to do. But what about that little girl on the inside? What about that hurt, that unresolved hurt or trauma or whatever it is causing you not to truly just be free in
Mhm.
who God has called you to be? It took
Mhm.
some therapy for me. It's a journey. And I always say this: we are healed as we are healing, because healing is a choice. It's a
That's
choice. But in relation to what you do and helping us Christian women, faith women, come out of the shadows and
mhm.
really pursue that thing that God is calling us to do, especially in the marketplace. How
Yes.
do you, particularly, maybe a couple things that you encourage women to do that may kind of shy away because I'm a woman of faith?
Yeah. One of the things that I feel like we have to do, just as women of faith and as women, period, is I think we have to really know our identity, right? Because it was in my roles as wife and mom and employee that I lost who I was as an individual, right? And so I wasn't even looking to live out my purpose and do the things because I'm so busy being all the things to all the people that I forgot about myself. And so one of the major things that, I have to talk with women about is really finding you again, right? And sometimes that takes courage because, there's these fears of abandoning our family, or we feel guilty for doing something different or doing something that doesn't necessarily pertain to the roles and the titles
Mhm.
that we've assigned to ourselves. And so I feel like that's one of the bigger things. Like, you have to give yourself permission. You have to give yourself permission and not confuse who you are with what you do, because as women, God has called us to do and be many things, right? Being a mom, being a wife, these are all a part, and these are all of, components of our purpose, but there's so much more that he has called us to do. And so that's one of the things. And for me personally, because I had lost my identity, although I wasn't sure who I was and what I like to do and anything like that. I just had to go back to the basics because I'm a woman of faith, and I knew that my creator created me, and I'm like, I need to just get back to who I am as an individual. Before I'm a mom, before I'm a wife, before I'm a business owner, I am a daughter of the king, and sometimes it's just those adjustments and shifts we have to make. Like, these are all things that he's given to me, but God forbid he could take these titles away. Who am I
Mhm.
outside of the roles that I play, right? And I'm always a daughter. And so I believe this is why he told me to even begin to do the prayer line ministry. Because as a result of COVID and having all this time off, I was just more in the word, and that's where I was able to get the courage and the confidence. I love, the courage to heal, because it requires us to face things that we don't want to face. It requires us to admit things about ourselves, our past, you know what I mean? Some people
Yes.
in our lives. But that is what, being in the word, regaining my identity in him is what gave me the courage to call a therapist, like you said,
Mhm.
hire a coach, get the help that I need to be a whole person and not just
Mhm.
these roles that I've assigned to myself.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I wish we had more time, because I'm telling you talk about losing your identity because
Mm,
of all the pieces of you, the areas in your life. God's called you to be a mom. God's called you to be a
mm,
wife. Whatever you do for your 9 to 5, if you work in ministry, if you're trying to grow a business, all these things. And at some point you start to feel, oh my gosh.
yeah,
And if one thing is taken away, i.e., when I stopped being a principal, because God said, okay, it's time for you to move on. Okay, well, everything I've done for 27 years tied me to
yeah,
who that title was, right?
yep,
And again, how do you find yourself? And you talked about getting back into the word. Understand that we are a wonder. We are a wonderment of who God has created us to be. He
mhm,
has assigned us. Everybody has an assignment. I believe this on this side, right?
yep,
And we're all different. And it's okay that if you have a shift in your life for whatever reason, God's already gone before us.
Mm-hmm.
We have to understand that he does have a plan, but we have to seek out that plan. So I'm excited that you talked about that. Get back into the word. Go back to the basics.
Mm-hmm.
Because in this life, you know, the rat race, as we said, we get into doing so much that we're not even just being. And I'm talking to me too. So I'm so excited and I cannot wait until the 27th. Y'all, this conference is not happening until April 27th. You want to get your tickets now. We do have special pricing, special discounts. So you want to get back with me or with Arika so you can claim yours and invite a sister. Yes. Because I believe when we have more women in the room and understand that I'm not alone. That's what I needed, Arika, so bad. I'm not going to get emotional here.
Yeah.
I needed so badly for somebody to see me.
Yes.
To hear me without me speaking, right?
That's right.
And so this is why I know this conference, because it has come to be. It does take courage to say, hey, that's me. I need some help. Can you share with me? Can you point me in the right direction, right? Mm-hmm. So with that being said, this is why my heart gets so filled with these conferences and bringing women together who have a story, y'all. Y'all haven't even heard her story yet. Mm-hmm. Of how she broke through whatever she came through to be this purpose coach and to be this prayer warrior. And y'all, her prayer line is fire. I'm just telling you. You're going to get to know all of that about her. Come to the conference. Invite a sister to the conference. Share it. If you have a sister that you know needs to be here, and you're like, I don't know if she can get the ticket. We're not going to stop anybody from coming to the conference. That's number one. Just get back with us and we'll make sure that she's able to be in the room. April 27th, that is a Saturday. So we're giving you heads up to go ahead and plan for that day. We're going to have breakout sessions where you have more time with each one of the speakers. And I'm telling you, you will be blessed. You will be blessed and know that you are not alone. So with that being said, Arika, I'm going to give you the last word and then we're going to close out this Meet Arika Davenport.
All right. Well, I mean, I feel like you have said it all. I just want to encourage you all. You know, I could feel your hearts. It's like, you know, we have to come together, you know, as sisters. And I'm a firm believer that what God has called us to do and who he's called us to be, it cannot be achieved in isolation. And so I just want to encourage you all to sign up. Like she said, bring a sister, tag, share, do what you can. And, you know, you just never know what God will do. You know, he honors even our efforts, you know, to sacrifice a Saturday morning for your spirit to be fed and for you to get practical and spiritual tools to just be who God has called you to be. I'm really, you know, excited, and I know that it's going to be amazing. And I just pray God's blessings over this conference. I pray, Jennifer, that God exceeds your expectations. I know that it is not always easy putting together something to this capacity. It takes a lot of work, a lot of stress, a lot of tears, you know, behind the scenes. But I just truly pray, you know, that God bless this conference, that he honors your efforts, that he meets you and exceed, you know, your efforts, and that everything just goes smoothly. I pray that women's hearts are changed. I pray that there's transformation. I pray that there's deliverance and that there's healing. And I just pray that we're able to continue to come together like this to support one another. Who knows what God is going to do in the room, but God knows, which is why you need to be in the room. And so I'm just excited, and I look forward to April 27th.
Well, there goes y'all's prayer. I told y'all her prayer is fire. And already just with that alone, I'm already over here wiping tears. And we want God to get the glory, but we do not want to leave a sister behind, because we know what that feels like being in isolation. And we elevate, we grow, we get to the next level when we come together as sisters in a safe place. And this is what this is all about. Courage2Heal Conference, Saturday, April 27th, 9 a.m. to noon Central Standard Time. I'm going to drop the link below. Go ahead and sign up. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to us. And thank you all. And until next time, we will see y'all then. Be blessed and know that you do have the courage to heal.